So I'll first want to introduce you with my co-host today, Marilyn, who is the marketing manager at Commonwealth Plywood Distribution. Marilyn, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to start with a big thank you for accepting our invitation today. Uh, we have partnered with Cieblink team to offer you this webinar. Our goal is to give you information on the different solutions available to simplify your purchases. At Commonwealth Plywood Distribution, it is really important for us to be a partner that gives you flexibility, which is why we invest on our website, but also in other partners like Cieblink. Indeed, we did create a bridge between our system and Cieblink so that your purchases can be seamlessly routed through your Commonwealth distribution center. Furthermore, if the Cieblink Pro is any interest to you, we are offering a 70% discount to our customers for a limited time. During the webinar, there is a chat available, so feel free to ask your questions, and we'll have a Q&A session at the very end. For the rest of the webinar, I will leave you with the capable hands of Kevin, who's the Cieblink solution expert. He'll be able to explain more about the platform and its advantages. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Marilyn. So for those of you who don't know me yet, I'll just quickly introduce myself. My name is Kevin Martin. Like Marilyn said, I'm a solution expert for Synapse and Cieblink. I've been working in the woodworking industry for the past, I would say, almost 8 years, starting my business, not started my business, but started my journey as account manager for Folio Furniture, where I used to manage a lot of different projects. Just want to give you a little bit of an insight on why I'm so thrilled about giving this webinar today. One of the event that happened to me in the past was that I was actually to manage one project that needed to come from overseas and have different components from coming from a little bit of everywhere. Forgot to do the release in time, and what that created was actually I would have to move everything in the shop to be able to have everything in time or deliver everything in time. That created additional costs for the project. So today, looking at simplifying the purchasing, uh, it's in the sole goal to try to help you guys not do the same mistake as I did in the past. So I'll also talk to you a little bit about Synapse. Synapse is a company that has been working for 15 years in the woodworking industry towards helping industry companies being able to streamline their whole process, whole internal processes as well. So they've been creating and marketing different solutions to meet the needs of the woodworking industry. So just to give a little bit more depth into Cieblink, Cieblink is a purchasing platform, but also a platform on which you can sell. And those are just a few of the different companies that actually are on the platform and that actually answer back to purchases on the platform. So as you can see, Commonwealth is one of the main gold partners, and that's why we're doing this webinar with them today. Now, just to give you a little bit more information on the process of today's webinar. So as you can see, it's going to be a continuous presentation. Of course, you've already noticed there is a chat. So if you have any question during the webinar, please do feel free to ask them in the chat. And some of the moderators that are currently on the webinar will answer to your question. If it's a very good question, they'll just tell you that we're gonna ask that question at the very end in the Q&A session, where I'm gonna be able to answer to that specific question. Also, if at any moment you see that there are some things that you would want to go a little bit deeper in, you'll be able to take a meeting or book a meeting with myself just so we can have a discussion on um, how to improve X, Y, and Z, or on the topic that we're going to talk today with Commonwealth. So what are we looking at for today? So the first step is going to be a quick portrait of the industry supply chain. We're then going to look at the different solution to simplify your purchasing through Synapse Suite solutions. Afterwards, we're going to look at an overview on how to simplify your purchases with Cieblink free purchases. We're then going to look at a brief presentation of Cieblink Pro, the things to remember, and finally a little bit of a Q&A session. So to look at the industry's supply chain. So most of you already know how it all works. You're most likely all already in the industry, so you know what are the different players in our supply chain. But just so we're all at the same place, so we're gonna have the different homeowners that are gonna work with designers and builders, and also dealers. Those actors will then work with different types of manufacturers. So you're going to have commercial manufacturers, manufacturers that we call dealers as well. So those also have showrooms. You're going to have also manufacturers that solely work with dealers or builders. Those people will then work with an array of distributors, such as Commonwealth Plywood. They're also going to work with countertop manufacturers, door manufacturers, and finally, all of those will work with material manufacturers. So talking about material manufacturers, it's more like Hetik, Blum, Uniboard, Tafisa, those kinds of end manufacturers. All right. Now, what has been noticed in the industry is that e-commerce platforms are no longer the only solution for our industry. What we've noticed is that we need actually purchasing tools that connect purchasers with all of their suppliers. It's all a goal about streamlining the process, making more with less, right? So, are we all ready to start streamlining the purchasing? So let's look at the benefits of simplifying your purchases. First thing is going to be your orders are going to arrive on time. So being able to order at the right time, trying to make it as much just in time as possible. Uh, Purchase orders have been properly sent, received, and confirmed. So to be able to have the right status of all of your purchase orders. So sending and tracking purchases are centralized on one place as well, because we all know sometimes you're going to give a call, some other times it's going to be by email. So you want to centralize that information as much as possible. And finally, one of the biggest threats as well is transcription errors. So we want to eliminate those as well. Now, looking at the different options that we have to streamline our purchasing. So we have Cieblink free purchases. That will help you to purchase your SKUs and configurable products, and you're going to be able to track your different purchases with the legend. Now, we're going to see all of that later on in the webinar. You have Cieblink Pro. So with that one, you're going to be able to have access to shopping cart to do just-in-time purchasing and use QR codes for Kanban inventory. You'll then have Cieblink Premium purchases. So that one is more of a service. So some of you already use engineering softwares, such as Cabinet Vision and Microvellum, right? So with that one, we're going to be able to generate report that's going to be imported into Cieblink to centralize all of the data. Finally, you have Synapse Supplying. So that one is the more advanced tool. You're going to have a comprehensive inventory module and smart purchasing module as well. Now today, everyone, we're lucky. So we decided to do a little bit of a promotion today. So you will have a chance to win a Cieblink Purchasing Pro subscription for 12 months. If from today, you create your account on Cieblink free purchasing and then start the 30-day free trial of Cieblink Purchasing Pro. So let's dig in. So What are the specific features and the advantages of Cieblink free purchases? So the first thing, your purchase orders, or you're going to be able to set up the system in less than 10 in less than 10 minutes. All your suppliers are going to be in one place. All right. So with Cieblink, you're able again to centralize all of your purchases. So that means purchasing from Commonwealth, but also purchasing from different suppliers. You're gonna have an integrated product catalog from official suppliers, and it's gonna be easy to import products from unofficial suppliers as well. I'm sorry about that. You're gonna be able to centralize your price request and purchase orders. And finally, but very importantly as well, you're gonna have an easy tracking of all of your purchases with a clear and simple legend. So what does the interface look like? So let's look at it together. So the first one in the top left corner, you're gonna have your account. So in this menu, you're gonna be able to go see all of the information related to your profile, your preferences, the address, company branches, the different company contacts. But you'll also have the ability to change your password from here. Then you'll have the help button or the tutorial. So that's the orange button on the top right corner. So from here, clicking on this, you're going to access the tutorial. So if ever you have any questions on the simple steps to manage your profile, manage your purchases, you'll just be able to click on that and have the information. Just beside it, you have the toggle menu from purchases to sales, because like I said earlier, you can also sell on the platform. So today, just to make it clear, we're just going to look at the purchasing side. You then have the language switch, so you can toggle from French to English and English to French. We then have the navigation menu where you have the different tabs. So here, as you can see, you'll have the suppliers. Supplier tab is the different suppliers with who you do business with. So if you want to be able to do a purchase or a price inquiry, you need to have added your supplier here first. You then have products. The product tab tells you which products you've already purchased. So each of the products that you've already purchased, you're going to be able to see them in that tab linked to a specific supplier. You're going to also be able to see the last price that you've paid for that specific product. You then have the wish list. The wish list is a zone where you're going to be able to put products before putting them in the shopping cart. The shopping cart in itself is where you're going to be able to use the just-in-time by either adding different products on there or importing directly from different file types. You have the price request, tells it a little bit by itself. So for the price request, you're going to be able to create new price inquiry to send to your different suppliers for products that you don't have the price yet. You have the purchases. So purchases is where you're going to be able to create new purchases. You're going to also be able to see all of the ones that you've done and see the status for all of those. Finally, you have the QR code tab. So that's the tab where you're going to be able to manage those QR code that you'll want to scan later on. Finally, the subscription tab, that's where you're going to be able to simply look at the different subscriptions. So Cieblink Free, Pro, and Premium. Now, at a few places on the platform, you'll see those little icons. So the one with different line items or the 9 squares. So that gives you the opportunity to toggle the view from lists to images. So the presentation, you're going to have access to it later on. So here are the description of all the tabs that we've looked together right now. Now let's start with the basic features or the basic maneuvers. So first off, how to create your account. So from what I understood, most of you guys or some of them don't already have their account created. So the first thing to do, you'll have to take this link here and you're going to be able to go create your account because the next step after that slide is we're going to go into the platform together and I'm going to ask you to make some actions as well. So someone will drop down the link in the chat.
And I just want to add while this is being done, if you want to use all the features that we're going to be talking about with Commonwealth, just make sure to schedule a meeting or notify us that you would like to purchase from us because we mentioned that connection bridge between Commonwealth and Cieblings. Well, we need to actually turn it on. So just notify us if you would like to purchase from Commonwealth.
Thank you very much, Marilyn. Yes, it's going to be very important. So you're going to have the availability to take a meeting with myself. So you're going to have the link that's going to be dropped in the chat as well. So I'm going to be able to put that functionality at on. So I'm going to be repeating that as much as possible so everyone does it because it's awesome features that are available to you for Commonwealth Plywood. So I talked a little bit earlier about the feature about adding new suppliers. We're going to look at it a little bit later on. So in the supplier tab, you're going to be able to click on add a supplier, and then you're going to be able to also find your supplier. Now, by finding your supplier, as you can see, you already have a lot of them on here, and you're going to be able to add your supplier directly from here. If the supplier doesn't exist, you're going to be able to create it as well. Now, with the link with Commonwealth Plywood, when we're going to do it, that also means that the branch is going to be automatically selected for you with the link. Adding products. So in the product tab, you're going to be able to go simply add product or search for your products directly into the product list. So here is going to be the list of the products that you've already purchased. Finally, if you ever need some help, again, you can either send an email directly to me at kmartin@synapse.com. You can also contact me by phone at 450-323-1003 and extension 211, or simply schedule a meeting with myself. So now let's dig in. So you have the link to create your account. So you're going to be able to just fill out this form. So first things first, add your email and your profession. So here you're going to be able to add owner, seller, buyer, or agent. So if you don't see the profession that you actually do, I would suggest just adding agent. You're going to then add your first name, your last name, your password. It's going to be important to retype the same password or else it won't work. Add your company in your company's phone. Click on the recap chat and then click send. By doing so, you'll also receive an email to confirm your email information. Okay? So I'm hoping everybody's doing it right now because then we're going to go into Cieblink. So once that's done, you're going to be able to log in. So can somebody also drop the link to the login here? Perfect. Now we're in Cieblink. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to add the practice account Synapse software. So this account is going to be the account you're going to be able to use to practice yourself and make sure that you're actually not sending purchase requests to any suppliers. So you're going to go into the supplier tab and click add a supplier. From here, you can just write practice. And click search. The practice account is going to appear. So practice account dash Synapse software. Please write that down. And here under the action column, you'll be able to click on add a supplier. if ever you want to use the platform to add other suppliers, and then the supplier isn't here, you can also create a company from this place. Now I'm going to go into the Purchase tab. Into the Purchase tab, I'm going to create a new purchase with the Practice account. So I'm going to go create a purchase. I'm going to select the Practice account. So I want to select my supplier with who I want to make a specific purchase. This is going to bring me to the Supplier tab, so to the purchase order itself. From here, as you can see, you have your information. So I'm currently into the Practice account. So this is going to be my information. I can change the client reference here. I can add a note. I could select a specific shipping address. Now, in the Supplier tab here, I'm going to be able to see the contact with who I do business with. So that's where you're going to select the right contact. Right now, since you're going to be into the Practice account, you can only add myself. Then what we're going to do, we're going to add a first product. So now just click the add product, select any product here. The product is going to be added right here. From this line, you can change a quantity and add a reference number. Now what I'll do is I'll simply, it's possible that you see only one product. So currently, since it's just a Practice account, you can try to create a new product if you want, or you can just add the same product again and just try to send it out and make the flow go on as smoothly as possible. And then you can click on the send. So what you'll see here is that you're going to know who you're sending it to if you want to CC someone, and you can add a custom message and then click send. You're going to see the status of the purchase order change. So here I have the little yellow triangle. So that means that the order has been sent. So I'll currently go on the sales side just to show you how it's all gonna go. Okay. So here I have my new order. I'm currently acting as a supplier. So it tells me that I have a new order to approve. I'll be able to change, for instance, the price because I know that it's not going to be free. So now I'm going to just change the price and I'm going to send it back to my client. Now, as a supplier, I now have the little yellow triangle. I have a hard time saying that. So I'll go back into purchase. And now I'm currently acting as a purchaser. I see the red square. That means that my order has been changed. So I can click on the red square and I can see that my line item has been changed. So I can click on the red square again to compare what has been changed. Now I can see that my delivery date didn't change, but my price did. So I have the chance to actually accept, refuse, or remove the item. So currently, I'll just accept it. By accepting the changes, I'm just going to go directly to sending again. And I can send the changes back. Now, my order is to the status green. So that means that the order is approved. So again, you can use the Practice account to just make sure that you understand how it all goes down, trying to send as many orders as you want. And what I'll do on my side is I'm going to answer to your orders and make sure that everything is fine with you guys. Again, if you have any question, feel free to reach out to me. So now we're going to have a little bit of a look to those different statuses again. So as you can see, you have again the red squares. So by clicking on the red squares, you're going to be able to compare what has been modified on orders and then go directly change or accept the different items so that you make sure that your orders are confirmed as fast as possible with the right information. Now there is a bit of a difference with Commonwealth Plywood because what we've seen is for standard suppliers. With Commonwealth Plywood, uh, it's different because we're going to want to create orders and be linked directly with our supplier. So what we said earlier, it also means that when you're going to pass an order for SKU items, you're going to know prior to completing the order the information regarding your price, your delivery date, and product availability. So currently, we're going to look at an item that is actually back order. So what you see currently is when I've selected the items, I added one item, now I'm adding 20. All of the items are back order. So the system tells you prior to passing the order because we're linked with the inventory of the branch. I also see my price. Now I'm going to add another product. That product is available, but in another branch. So that means that my delivery is going to be later than what I could usually expect. And finally, I'm going to add a third product. That product is actually going to be in stock at my branch. So what we can see is that the delivery date is sooner, and I can actually push it out a little bit because I don't want to receive it too soon. Now I can confirm the information, and I'll be able to see my three different items with their statuses. So now prior to actually sending the order, I am already aware of my price, my delivery day, and the product availability. I can then send the order, and as you can see, I chose my delivery method. Is it a pickup? Is it a shipping? Is it a delivery by truck? And so forth. So you can choose all of that prior to passing the order. And when you confirm, you'll see your summary of your order. And finally, when you do the confirmation, you'll see that the status of the order is already to green. So you have the confirmation right away. So that means that you can pass orders during the weekends, you can pass orders at night, and you'll already know that the information is correct. Now, I talked a little bit earlier about the status for SKUs. So that's what we've looked at. Now, there is also another type of product. Those are configurable products. The difference between both is a SKU product, it's a unique item. A configurable product is a product that would have various configurations, such as, let's say, a cabinet door. So a cabinet door, you can have models, sides, colors, and you can have a lot of different questions that you need to actually answer to have the right product that you sold to your clients. So with Commonwealth Plywood, you can also purchase your cabinet doors. So let's look at how it works for Commonwealth for the doors. So what we'll do here is we'll just select the different configuration for our cabinet doors. Then we're going to click on apply. So I've chose first a Primule door. Then I chose the model. I chose the rail. The center panel chose itself. The color chose itself. And then I chose the final color, which is white. I applied it, and then that added the configuration to the door. Now I can choose from millimeters to inches. If I ever want to modify something, as you can see, I clicked on the little funnel when I hover over the images. Also important, when you hover your mouse over one of the images, you'll see those 9 squares. So if ever you want to see the images related to that specific characteristic, you're able to click on those 9 squares to view everything by image. So here, I've finally done my configuration. I can apply. My configuration changed. And by adding the dimensions, as you can see, the price will change according to your dimension. Now, the price that's going to be here, once your account is linked with the Commonwealth bridge, that means that the price you'll see will be the exact price that you should pay. So that's the price that you have. Now, one last thing is you can import products directly from official suppliers. So you can click on the importation or the template tab in the order, in the purchase order directly. You see that little window will appear. You can download the template on clicking on download template. And then you'll be able to add your list of products through a CSV file or a XLSX file.
Thank you, Kevin. So I just want to summarize a little bit what Kevin went over here. Because of that connection bridge, it is like maybe a bit easier to work with Commonwealth, but the big advantage with Cieblink is like all your purchases will be under one roof. But basically, everything you buy from Commonwealth will be immediate when you want it, where you want it. That's when you can do your purchases. Everything is up to date. So Cieblink has access to the real-time inventory of our branches and your personalized pricing as well. As well, everything is automated. So once the order is sent, it will be sent to your branch so we can start preparing the order for you.
Great. Thank you very much, Meglen. So now let's have a brief overview of Cieblink Pro purchases. So that's the next step towards improving or simplifying your purchasing method. So the benefits of the Cieblink Purchasing Pro is that you're going to be able to perform the just-in-time purchasing. You'll then be able to filter your shopping cart by supplier by project, as well as by delivery date. You're going to be also able to use the first inventory management by using the Kanban method with QR codes. So what's the process looks like? All right. So you're going to be able to print QR codes for all of the items that you purchase on a regular basis. That can mean screws, it could mean hinges, and so forth. It could also mean, of course, panels. It could mean a lot of different items. We understand what the items are. When you're going to select that specific item, you're going to be able to manage it by saying how many of those items you're going to want to purchase when you scan the QR code. And when I say scan it, that means you can scan it with any phone that is an intelligent phone. All right. So let's say you scan the item is going to go into the cart. The purchaser is then going to be able to manage and say when he wants to purchase it. So he's going to send the order to a supplier and then confirm. So you're going to be able to scan, send, and confirm in a very standard process. So let's dive in a little bit more on what I'm talking about. So this is the shopping cart. So directly into the shopping cart, you're going to be able to download the template and use that specific template to add all of your material for a project. So you're going to be able to download the bill of material and upload it right here. By uploading it, you're going to then be able to manage it. That means adding project numbers or reference numbers. That also means having all of the items for each and single one of the suppliers that you need to purchase for your project. So in this case, I'll be able to purchase it for Commonwealth Plywood, let's say. Now let's look at the QR code management system. It's pretty simple. So by going into the product menu, you're going to be able to select the QR code at the far right side. By selecting that QR code, it's going to create the QR code in the QR code manager. So from here, you're going to be able to change the quantity that's going to be purchased when you scan that QR code. And then you can select multiple QR code at the same time and print them. So by printing them, you're going to be able to then take those stickers and bring them in on the shop floor. Now let's look at the quick video on what it looks like.
Cieblink is a platform that simplifies your purchases in 3 easy steps. First, scan your product, which will add it directly to your cart. Next, use the just-in-time feature to create your purchase order. Choose which items you want to purchase now from your supplier and send it when it's ready. The order will then be in sent mode. And once the supplier confirms, you are all set.
So it's simple, right? Explained in 22 seconds.
So I mentioned it earlier today, but if the Cieblink Pro purchases is any interest to you, we are offering a 70% off discount for a limited time. So you can use the promo code Commonwealth 70 and you have until like March 17 to actually use it. Then if you have any further question, like please feel free to book a meeting with Kevin. He can go into more details about like all the advantages.
Thank you very much, Marilyn. So the key takeaways on why you should simplify your purchases. So first, it's lighter management. It's planning based on confirmed dates as well. You're going to be able to minimize your storage space. You'll be able to leverage your volume discounts as well, increase your efficiency, centralize all your purchases with all of your suppliers, and remove the manual transcription as much as possible. So, if you have any other questions, you can schedule a meeting with myself. If you want to go further, again, schedule a meeting with myself. And of course, we've talked about it a little bit earlier. We have today not a promotion, but we're doing
A draw.
thank you so much, Marilyn. The word was actually out of my grasp. I don't know why, but we're drawing one of the people today that will have created their Cieblink account and that will have as well done the 30-day trial. Perfect.